Hi, welcome to Polyphonic Press. I'm Jeremy Boyd, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new album by Beady Eye entitled BE. Here we go. So Beady Eye are a British rock band formed from the dissolution of the band Oasis. After Oasis broke up, brothers Noel and Liam Gallagher split into two different bands. Noel formed his own band, the High Flying Birds, and Liam took the remaining members of Oasis and formed Beady Eye. They released their debut album, Different Gear, Still Speeding, in 2011, and this is a follow-up to that album, and it's called BE. This album starts off with the song Flick of the Finger, which is also the first single from the album. It initially kind of builds up into this sort of anthemic kind of feel, with the drums really giving this pulsing rhythm. The song itself has a lot of horns and fuzz guitars, which give it a real psychedelic 60s kind of feel. The end of the track actually features someone reading a passage from the book Street Fighting Years, an autobiography of the 60s, which is where the title of the song comes from. The song kind of seems to be about that time, about the anti-establishment, anti-war sort of era of the late 1960s. It's a good way to open up the album because it opens up the story and the overall theme of the whole record. The song Face the Crowd is a much more upbeat, sort of straightforward rock and roll song. It sounds like something that the Kinks would do, and it has a really great repeating guitar riff throughout the whole thing. And that just kind of hooks you in, and it's very catchy. While it is a pretty catchy song, it's not cheesy, which is kind of a hard line to walk. When you're writing a song, you want people to be engaged in it, but you don't want it to come off as really cheesy or corny or anything like that, which is a hard thing to do sometimes. And I think they really managed to pull it off here. The second single from the album is the song Second Bite of the Apple, which has almost a mid-tempo kind of jazz feel to it. It starts off with just the bass and drums, very easy, and it eventually builds up, and before the end it just explodes with a lot of force and a lot of instruments going on at the same time. Throughout the whole song is a horn section with lots of saxophones and trumpets, and to me that really emphasizes a lot of the vocal melodies. Specifically the melody on the chorus, with the horns and the melody itself really kind of counteracting each other, really gives a very powerful feel to it. I really like this song. It's probably my favorite song on the album, and I think it's a really good choice as a single. The song I'm Just Saying is another straightforward rock song. To be honest, it was kind of a throwaway song for me. I didn't really connect with it as much as the other songs on the record. It's the one song on the album I felt like they kind of played it safe. It sounds like an Oasis outtake, which is kind of surprising, especially when you hear the rest of the record, which is a bit of a departure for Liam Gallagher. To go back to this sort of sound that sort of defined Oasis is kind of a step in the wrong direction, I felt. Especially given the singles that were chosen from the album. It's sort of weird that this song was kind of buried towards the end of the album. It just feels out of place to me. And it's not necessarily a bad song, it's just okay. And the album ends with the song Start Anew, which is a ballad sort of song driven by an acoustic guitar. It eventually goes very psychedelic with the string section. It kind of goes through a lot of different changes. Some of the songs on the record are about doubt and fear, and this song really leaves you with a sense of hope. The song is about making changes in your life for the better, and I think it's a really positive message to leave the album on. I really like that about the song, and I like the way it ends the album. The production on this album is okay. One thing I would have changed was the drums. They kind of got a little buried in the mix. They don't really have a lot of definition or anything like that. So if I were mixing the album, I would have maybe brought the drums up quite a bit and sort of given them some more definition and clarity. To me, they just kind of sounded dull. There were a few weak spots on this album, but I think it's overall a pretty strong effort, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So anyway, that's what I thought about the album. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or with the video response. If you'd like to suggest an album for me to review, please leave that in the comments as well. Don't forget to check out polyphonicpress.com. You can check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Last.fm, as well as the podcast. All the links are in the description, and that's about it. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.